All right, man. Let's do this real quick. Shout out to Marco Villegas. This is one of the best interviews out.
If you're talking about Thurman Barros doing what was reported, 50,000 buys, 60,000 buys, something as small as that, you probably don't want. But I don't understand how the money's generated, But on buys like that, and actually it devalues, because then you're thinking about it, and you're thinking, wow, only 50,000 people in the US watch that fight, and you're sort of limiting the audience, trying a model that you think will generate money, then it doesn't generate money, and it's like a vicious circle. But if the broadcaster won't invest in that fight, or they don't have the rights fees to afford it, it's the only model. It was the same for me in the UK with Sky. I had to put fights on pay-per-view because the rights fees weren't big enough. Do you know what I mean? So, like Anthony Joshua always pay-per-view.
So you heard him. So I'm gonna be right back like cook crack, man. So we right back like cook crack, man. And he told y'all right there. He told y'all why, he said, I don't understand how they generate money. Now, Al's supposed to be generating this money from advertisers like I guess he do on tour. See, on tour, it's just not everybody think when you tour, it's just the ticket sales. It's not just the ticket sales when you tour. It is the sponsorships too. I learned that from watching the DMX thing that was on BET, not the HBO one. I didn't get the chance to finish that one. But the DMX, little thing they did on BET about Rough Riders, excuse me. And they was explaining how when the sponsors pulled out, for I forget what the reason was, they had to the tour was stopped. It was on chill until another sponsor came in and another sponsor came in and filled the bill. So it was on chill. So until they found that sponsor, so that's kind of, I think that's what Al Haymon is doing. Is that he getting people to sponsor the pay per view, and that's where the money come from. But if ain't nobody seeing the pay per view, then I mean, how can you run advertisements if nobody's seeing it? You feel me? So I mean, ESPN. Remember, he was on ESPN a hot second. And ESPN, part of the reason I believe they picked up Top Ranks because they was gonna try to do that model. But they didn't know. He never told them how to do it. So instead of retaining Al Haymon and let Al Haymon do his thing on ESPN, I guess I don't know if the money wasn't right or whatever reason that fight fell through. You know what I'm saying? The reason that fight fell through was because that deal fell through probably because they couldn't afford Al Haymon fighters. So shout out to Boxing News Playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. He telling you right there the reason it's going on pay-per-view because the networks don't want to invest into the fight. That's what he's telling y'all. The networks don't want to invest into the fight, and that's why these fights going on pay-per-view. He's telling y'all right then and there. That's why they don't want to invest in these fights. And you got to understand too, a fight goes on pay-per-view when it becomes bigger than the budget that the network is offering. So the network puts the money up for the fight. I always say this. I learned this on E! News from Mikey Garcia. Kind of when he was on hiatus, with the Bob situation. He said that the network might say, let's take two fighters, Thurman and Adrian Broner. The network might be like, we got 5 for them. So anytime it exceeds the budget for the network, it got to go on pay-per-view. He said he had the same problem where the budget wasn't there to make the fight. So these fighters getting spoiled so much that it's overflow of the cup of the budget. A lot of times when they give you that money for a fight, the promoter they get paid first. They take it off the top. They give you 5 for let's say, I don't know, Lee Woods and McCollin. They were like, Eddie, we'll give you 5 for that fight, right? Eddie gonna do is take $1 million off top. And a part of that 5 that go into the fight, it also comes out the promoter's pocket to pay for the undercard. Why you think the undercard is so shitty? So out of that 5, he gonna take some money and pay the undercard too. He not about to assume the risk out of his pocket. Then you gotta remember, he get a promotional fee from each fighter That's fighting. So not only do sanctioning fees and taxes come out, you got to pay a cut man, your trainer, or whoever, your manager. Promotional fees come out of there too. So they don't like digging in their pocket. They gonna make their money back. Promotional fees, the fighters got to pay for their hotel. All they come out the fighter's pocket. So he telling you when the rights fee is not good enough and the budget not good enough, it has to go to pay-per-view. For Al Haymon to have all this power, he can't just make these dudes take lesser money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he don't have as much power as we think he do. He can't make these dudes take lesser money and just make them fight more. Get the same money. You know what I'm saying? So we got, but he don't have a fight day stuff. He don't have a fight day. He said, I don't understand where you get the money from. They got the money from the hedge fund. That fund is all dried up now. And the proof's in the pudding. Errol Spence guaranteed 1.5. Ugas guaranteed 1. And if it don't make a profit, if it don't break even, they don't even get them guarantees. You know what I'm saying? And they still get 3% of the gate. Well, at least Earl get 3% of the gate. Not sure if Ugas get 3, 2, 1. When you get a flat fee, who knows him, but Earl get 3% of the gate. For most of his fights, he get 3%. And once you add up a number, he get 3% of pay-per-views after 150,000 buys. Once you start adding up them damn numbers, he ain't making nothing. Crawford, everybody now seeing what Crawford was making. Oh, Crawford's too rich for my blood. I'm Crawford, bro. I ain't fighting for pennies. I'll have a farewell fight. Get the hell up out of here. It don't matter if I go in there and skin that cat named Earl Spence. It don't matter. People ain't gonna give you credit till you gone. But like I said before, Eddie told you nothing. Latest guy. He said, I don't know how he making money. He ain't making no damn money. He ain't making no money, bro. Then you also got site fees and all that, where you get a couple dollars from that. They probably pocketing the site fees too. They're probably using the site fees to pay the guarantees. All right, know how that going. Know exactly how that going. How they playing it. So yeah, that's why the guarantee so low, bro. Because they gotta work for their food. They gotta promote, get it on the back end. Niggas ain't making no real money, bro. You knew that. If they do somehow bring $300 or $400 million, 3 million, 4 million home, well, shit, good for them. But he's saying Keith Thurman did 50. Man, them niggas ain't do 50. Eddie did 3 ball at 30. 30 ball. So I don't know how they doing it. He said if the right fees ain't there and the budget ain't there, it go to pay-per-view. That's why everything went on pay-per-view. You can't forward Ortiz and Martin. That spoke volumes to me, bro. That spoke volumes. You can't afford Thurman and Pacquiao. That spoke volumes, bro. They telling the truth. They ain't got the money for Crawford. Of course, the investors gonna put the money in for Canelo, but then he also went into talking about DAZN pay-per-view, right? And why they had to go do pay-per-view, because right now he only counting on he's only counting on they only counting on Canelo being on pay-per-view. That's what they counting on. They count on Canelo, but that's the only one. He said the only way they can do it was Canelo be on pay-per-view. I mean, it was for him to go on pay-per-view. He said because Canelo, since they seen him last, his price went all the way up. So he said they can't afford. They couldn't afford him. So the only way to get the deal done was pay-per-view. And he says yesterday's price is not today's price, and Marco pressed him about well, what do the subscribers get out of it? Because the new subscribers for the zone, the people who pay for the zone pay-per-view, which I'm not sure how this is going to be, is I think they said everybody going to carry the pay-per-view. I think they said they're going to carry the pay-per-view as far as the networks and stuff, as far as the cable net. I'm not sure how who's going to distribute. It's going to be strictly through the zone. But if you buy a Canelo pay-per-view, you get a month free of the zone. And I think he said, like, I don't know, don't quote me on this. I think I heard him say that the new, and Marco said, what do your old subscribers get? And he goes in and say, well, you always had a chance to buy the pay-per-view, not buy the pay-per-view. But it sounded like he said that they might get a month free of the zone too if they buy the pay-per-view. That's what it sounded like he might have. It sounded like he said. He said if you already, I heard you get a reduced $60, but right now they make it seem like you don't get a reducement at all. It seems like it's $80 for all. So it don't even seem like So let me see. But he said right now Canelo is the only one that's going on pay-per-view. So he also said that, he says that he said that they sub base is growing in the US. He said that he begged the zone. He said he looked at the numbers that the zone is doing. And, we kind of said something like that. He looked at Showtime numbers and he said he begged the zone to release the numbers and the viewership for the fights. He said, basically, he said they on par with the Showtime doing, which 300, 200,000, 400, whatever, 500,000. And he said he begged the zone to release the numbers. And Marco said, you got an idea of the numbers? He said he don't. He said, Joseph Diaz and Devin Haney did more numbers than, I'm paraphrasing here, than most of some of the Showtime cards. You gotta know, Showtime ain't never hit 1 million viewership and pay-per-view since Deontay Wilder, what was it, Ortiz and Bermane Stiverne, I believe. The first Ortiz was on Showtime. Other than that, they don't hit 1 million routinely. Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia did 950,000. So, I mean, he talked about, he said, hey, numbers doing just as good. He begged his own. He said they wouldn't still be around 4 years later if he said they wouldn't be around 4 years later if they wasn't making a profit, if they wasn't growing. He said the subscriber base growing and all that. So, no. But it says Canelo DAZN, $59 for current subs, $80 for new subs. It says that in the US and Canada, the event will be offered exclusively on the DAZN pay-per-view. So yeah, you only can get it through the DAZN pay-per-view. There we got our question right quick. Newly introduced for select events to come, and price at $59 for current subs and $79.99 for new DAZN exclusive. It says in exclusive of 1 month of the DAZN, a subscription to the DAZN. So you also get 1 month of subscription to the DAZN. They also got rid of the grandfather in $10. They rose the price up to $20. That's what he didn't talk about. Cause I seen somebody at least posted an email on Twitter. It could have been fake, and it said that they was raising his $9.99 price to $20. So not only when Canelo came back did he start pay-per-view, which they had another choice to do pay-per-view. Keith Vadi said that not only did that, they raised the price by $10 to have to afford them. So there's that $20 a month. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Your choice to buy. I ain't buying because I can get the same quality on my computer or streaming. If I want to, I don't really watch their fights like that. I like to watch like the Williams and Payton fight. That's about it. And I missed this last fight. They don't have nothing I want. This weekend they do. Martinez and Chocolito. So there you go. So right now he said Canelo Alvarez is gonna be the only guy on his own pay-per-view. As of now. Marco said he heard rumors of Ryan Garcia and Camboso or Steven and Camboso going on there. He said right now Canelo's the only one. Be with Canelo Triple G is the only one they planning on doing right now. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know the updates on Devin Haney and Loma, Camboso. I don't know nothing about that, but right now it's going to be exclusively due to DAZN pay-per-view. And why that's important is because the DAZN keep all the money in house, but they assume the responsibility of marketing. You know what I'm saying? When Showtime got their 10% in, they market. The cable companies take 45%. They have to market and promote. Then the promoter has to promote and market for its last 45%. They assume 100%. They get 100% of of the profits, but they assume 100% of the marketing and promotional fee, promoting of the fight. So think about that too, because I broke it down. 10% goes to the network, 45% goes to the cable company, and 45% go to the promoter. But the Canelo, the DAZN is cutting out the cable company. They're gonna just exclusively do it through the app. So they got to market and promote it. And then they are the network. So they keep everything in house. Eddie Hearn takes his 45% or whatever. They do everything. They take all, they take the grunt of the plane. They take the grunt of the blame. They share the loads of riches as well too. So, yep, it is what it is. May 7th, pay-per-view. We see how it works. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the boxing news playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance notifications. We go live, drop a video, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree link, you find me everywhere there, from Spotify to Twitter to Twitch, and some more. Other than that, want to just keep supporting the channel, just share the video and comment. Appreciate the love and support.